Hello and welcome to our School of Love. This is Yana Good and my incredible husband,
Bulat.
I love you so much. Bulat is my dream come true. Our school is for women that, like me, have been dreaming to know the art of feminine magic, the feminine enchantment, and how to build a legendary love affair that lasts forever. And when we met with Bulat, I was 49 and he was 10 years younger than me. He was 39. And we got married when I was 50, 4 months after we dated. And we have been together for 6 years now. We just celebrated June 4th, the day of American independence, is the day when we celebrate our anniversaries. And I realized that I want to share a little bit with you about the school and the products and the journey, and to invite you into the new extraordinary journey that we've created with my husband, that I couldn't have done it without him. So first of all, when I first started this journey, I was 45 and single and desperate. All the online dating was behind me. All possible ways to build a relationship failed for me. And by then, for about 10 years, I've studied everything about, from 35 to 45, I was intensely studying everything about yin and yang, the feminine and masculine relationship, the sexuality, the tantra, the art of geisha, everything that I could. And by the time I was 45, when the last relationship broke my heart, I realized that something is off, because there was no good role models, no teachers that could take me from the beginning to the end and help me to see what are my problems, and chakra by chakra, from the root cause of everything, tell me what is it that is not working for me as a woman. Where am I blocked? Why can I not fully open up and feel ecstatic and juicy and orgasmic and just bloom internally, not externally only? Because externally I was the best, and there's so many incredible teachers in Instagram and everywhere in social media and on YouTube that can inspire us with their external story of success. And I was one of them. But that internal, that true fulfillment, that true joy, that true love, that sense of I am not alone anymore in this world, not alone that I have somebody to hold to, but that I am not lonely anymore because I have a man who feels me, who understands me, who is committed to me, who cherishes me, who feels me as the queen, as the goddess, as allows me to be the priestess and practice my magic and be supportive of everything. And I must admit, in the last 6 years, we don't fight with Bulat. Not one time he raised his voice on me or hurt my feelings. He has been most supportive, most empowering, and it has been the most incredible journey. When I started a little bit with my journey. So when I was 45, I realized that enough of studying. I couldn't find a woman that was a role model for me and a teacher that could teach me everything. I asked God, this is what I want. Can I get this? And since the 10 years studies didn't provide for me the satisfactory I couldn't find somebody that was 100% for me. I realized that I have to become that woman for myself. I have to become my own role model. And so the art of enchantment was born. So when I first started, this is my branding has evolved with my own personal evolution. And so I focused on the art of enchantment, and for 1 year, from 45 to 46, I stopped looking for men, looking for relationship, chasing happiness, fulfilling my emptiness. I dived deep inside of me and into the art of feminine enchantment. And everything I've studied and everything I've learned, I started systematizing and practicing and practicing and practicing. And at 46, when I came out, I was blooming and blossoming. And the way men were responding to me and women were responding to me was extraordinary. Now, I never did that to create a school for women or a school of love. I did it for myself. I just wanted to be a deeply satisfied and truly happy, fulfilled, loving like a fountain, and receiving the love, having this true relationship that was a sacred union of a man and a woman truly loving and worshiping and growing together and expanding together. And with the spiritual evolution, to be involved and woven into this whole circle of life, this spiral of life, it was super, super important for me. And how was I able to afford that? Just a couple of words about me. My first marriage was to a really wealthy man, but he was 25 years older than me. And so I was 28 and he was 55, and I was a law student in America studying international law in Thomas Jefferson School of Law. Originally, I am from Armenia, and then when I came to America, I was 25 and I went to Baylor University in Texas. It's a Baptist university, and I've got my master's degree in Christian theology, contemporary society, and educational administration because I wanted to have a school for children. And that would be innovative, where creativity and love and focus and attention, like we could grow the children of our dreams. And because I was super, super dissatisfied with the country where I was coming from, it was the former Soviet Union, and there was no freedom and happiness and true expression for me in that system. And so I wanted something new. So I've got that education, and I was 27, I think, when I graduated. And then I wanted to study international law, so I moved to San Diego, and there I met my husband, who pursued me like crazy. I kept saying no, I didn't want to marry him because he was not the man of my dreams, and I always wanted to have that Cinderella fairy tale, her meeting her prince and living happily ever after. And so anyhow, he pursued me with so much attention and so much love and so much generosity and gifts and support that I was like, okay, I will marry you. But the moment you don't make me happy, I will leave you. And he, for 3 years that I stayed with him, he was every day making me happy. And I left him because I wanted a deep spiritual nourishment that the material world was not providing for me. Yes, he offered to me the world on a silver platter, and I was enjoying the material luxury, attention, and safety. But that inside of me was a deep spiritual hunger. And of course, naturally, I couldn't express and live my youth with him because there was a huge age difference, 25 years, almost twice my age. So when I left him, I went to pursue a deep spiritual journey, and I've learned the laws of spiritual manifestation, everything through connecting to my I am presence, to my higher self, And I kind of cleaned up my karma by serving the collective consciousness. Being a student of the light, we were praying for the whole world. So for about 10 years, I was just deeply in the I am activity, deeply in the service of mankind. But that inside of me, the woman, the womb, the tantra, the sensuality, the joy of living life with the true partner the way I wanted, that wasn't manifested yet. And so when I became an IM student, I needed time and money to have the freedom to pursue that deep spiritual path that I was on, and to constantly go from city to city. We were constantly getting together from people from all over the world were coming, the IM students, and we were in the White Brotherhood, and we would be praying for America, for the world, for mankind. And so I was like, everybody was some kind of financially independent in the IM students, and we had some of the wealthiest people in the world in the activity. And I kept asking, I was like, how do I have this time and money? Because if I go and become a lawyer or start a school or something, it's like the business will consume me, the profession will consume me. I will not have an opportunity to have this freedom. And so in the next 3 years, I built a network marketing company called Armani International. I joined it. And in 3 years, I built a $5 million home-based business. And that residual income that was coming from it, that gave me the financial freedom to pursue my true needs, goals, and desires. So I had a house paid off, I had a Mercedes paid off, I had a lot of diamonds, beautiful clothes, and now I also became a self-made millionaire. So it's like by 35, everything I ever dreamed about in the material world, I had it. First class vacations, travels, everything. And so from 35 began my journey into looking for the one, looking for the love of my heart. And that's what I've realized and learned, that it's all about the womb for the woman. That is the second heart. You know, that everything, all of our emotions, all the pain, all the betrayal, or the sexual imprints and contacts with men, they're all imprinted in the womb as energy. And so at 46, I designed this incredible program called the Womb Healing Program. And I gifted it to women. And it was incredible. So you know me, in my older videos, if you watched, I've studied it by filming them myself with my own camera. In California, I was living in San Diego, in La Jolla. And men started being incredibly drawn to me. As I studied these practices, as I did my womb healing, and as I started healing other women, this power was raising inside of me, and women were asking me, like, please create a school and share with us this knowledge that you have. And so I thought, if I had a baby, if I had a daughter, or if it was me when I looked back, like 20s, 30s, 35, 38, 40, 45, like, what if I had a school of love where an experienced woman who fulfilled all of her dreams in the matrix and outside of the matrix? Like, how different would have been my life had I known all of these practices? I probably would still have to experience challenges in life, because the practice gives us the energy, makes us stronger, but it doesn't save us from life, because we all have the victim program, the victim consciousness that has been built in the society, in the matrix. They constantly create pressures for us in different parts of our lives. So, but we do need the tools, we do need the wisdom that can help us to grow and to go through an evolution in a kind of structured way. So we can actually be enjoying life, not constantly looking for something or eating or just trying to go through the external validation of who we are, trying to be sexy or smart or successful. But where is that feminine happiness? Where is that inner fulfillment, the joy, the sacred love within who I am, how I'm relating with God, and how I am experiencing this world with the love of my life? So let's get back to how to get the love of your life. At 45, I went into this deep practice, as I mentioned before. And so I created, over the next few years, I created 3 incredible programs. The womb healing, which I have a video that I made for you on my website, on YouTube, you can watch it, that explains a little bit about the program. Because when I was creating that program, I wanted to create one program for women that if I only do that, it has 7 steps, I can heal the womb, heal my relationship with my mother, with my father, with my childhood, and activate my sexuality and have full control over my hormones. Because it's the hormones that rule the woman, and then the woman rules the man, and then the man rules the world. So it all comes back to hormones rule the woman. So that program is for every woman from 18 years old to 88 years old. If you want to recharge your hormonal system, like learn how to activate and emanate your sexuality, you need to know, and these practices are in this program. It is phenomenal, mind-blowing, life-changing, extraordinary. Highly recommend to everyone. So I created it in Bali, in nature. And after a while, I realized that, okay, the women that went through this program, they wanted more. And so I created the next program that was 4 elements, because that's what I was practicing. That was the priestess practice. That was the more advanced geisha practices. And so the 4 elements is the next step in your evolution. And then I realized is that I was constantly looking for meditations on YouTube. And there was a lot of good work out there, men, women. But I became so sensitive because of the womb was healed and opened up, because of my sexuality was flowing through me. It opened up new qualities in me. I became a healer naturally. With men, like I would just sit on a motorbike, because in Asia that's what we travel on, and I would put my hands on the men, and then when I would get off, they would look at me and they're like, "Who are you? What you did to me?" I'm like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And he goes, "It's burning at exactly the place where I had an accident, or it was paining me, or like I feel energy going through my body, electrifying me, like I felt like I was bathing in an ocean by the time I was driving you." Like I was getting all kind of very interesting testimonials from men. And so the sensitivity that I developed due to these 2 programs made me realize that whenever I was listening to other women's meditations, the quantum field in which the meditation is created was packed with her own inner codes of victimhood. Or if it was a man, he's longing for love, because most men are not really cherished and loved, and the way my husband is. Look at him, he's so amazing, he's so loved. Are you the luckiest man in the world? Is it the yes?
Yes. Of course.
Yeah. For Bulat, he speaks, do you speak 4 languages or 3 languages?
Russian, Kazakh, and English.
A little bit, yeah. So English is his like 3rd language, and it's more a couple of words about Bulat. He's a computer scientist. He's an inventor, a philosopher, a psychologist, a professional yoga and dance. He's not an instructor, but for me, he is my personal yoga and dance instructor as well. Like he traveled also for a year. He went to India, to Egypt for like deep diving. He overcame all his fears, worked with psychologists, studied a lot. Then he left his company in St. Petersburg, where he was creating these incredible protections, like computer analytics and protection firewall systems for big corporations, not to be broken into their accounting systems. So like the guy was brilliant, but he also knew how to do videos, audio and everything, because he's a computer genius and he's an artist. And so he's like my dream come true. Everything that was on the list, God gave it to me. So originally he's from Kazakhstan, but he looks like a Japanese samurai, Chinese emperor. Balinese priest. He's almost like two meters high, and then Balinese are not very, very tall. So he looks kind of like them, but he's like so much taller. So they look at him like he's a king walking on this island. So we have been with Bulat for 6 years now in Bali, but actually we met in Thailand. So okay, that was a little bit about me. Let me come back to the what I was building, the structure for the women. So first, before I met Bulat, so I created these 7 magnificent meditations, the magical meditations that each chakra by chakra, they would put me into this quantum space of I am beautiful on the first chakra, the earth element. I am love for the blooming through the womb. I am orgasmic through the fire in my 3rd chakra. And I am enchanted for the heart, the earth, the air element, combining all the goddesses that blessing us with that feminine magic. And then was born, I am abundant for my 5th chakra. And then I am the light meditation, because I wanted to also share with you that deep connection to the I am presence, to your God presence, and to your higher self, and how to quickly clean your field and prepare yourself when you feel distressed. And then the last meditation that was born was I am the moon, because for the night I also wanted a meditation that I could feel the connection with the moon energy in my womb and work and expand that energy in the womb, because women are too much in the fire, in the work, in the testosterone. And so at night I needed something to come down, to nourish my womb with this magical energy. And then I also share a very special technique through that meditation, how to enfold your husband with your woman womb energy and calm him down and make him more in love with you. So these 3 programs were that are created on video here in Bali with the highest quality were the programs that I kept using for myself. That was what I was leaning on to. And I was not anymore studying from anybody, touching anything. I wanted that purity in the field, and I wanted to raise and raise and raise that energy. So I went to Thailand, to this magnificent island called Koh Phangan, that is the island of love, because it's built on the rose quartz, and the energy there is very, very special. There where I met my love. And so when I came there, I was practicing every day what I've created, because now I've had all the tools and I was just leading myself through that and experiencing all of that. Because the women that was purchasing these programs and going through them, the testimonials that I was receiving, they were beyond what I expected for them to do. If somebody's womb was bleeding and she was in a hospital and she called me from an emergency room, and she said, I just found you on YouTube, and I watched your womb healing program video on YouTube, and I am just waiting for them to cut out my womb because I have been bleeding for a year now. And she was like, but I don't want to cut it out, can you help me? And I'm like, listen, I have a womb healing program. Your womb is screaming to you. There is a problem in there. Cutting it off, you can always do it later. I was like, buy the program immediately. Start to do it. If it helps, because your womb will respond to you, then great. And if it doesn't help, then go cut it out. So, but also if it helps and you need a private session, do a private session. I will take you deep into what the problem is, and we can heal it fast. So anyhow, she buys it right while she's in the hospital, in the emergency room. She does the first ritual and the womb stops bleeding. She doesn't even do it completely. She just listens to it and starts the process, and she goes, it instantly stopped. So it's incredible. And she was at my at my online retreat, Return to Wholeness, and she gave a testimonial. Although she's from America, she's originally Ukrainian, so she was in the part of the Russian online retreat. So I cannot share with you her testimonial, but that was powerful for me. Another lady called me from Germany, and she said, I just bought your womb healing program, and in 2 weeks I have a surgery coming up. They're going to cut out my right ovary. And my question for you is, should I practice the program now? Because I've been doing your meditations and I love them. But the question is, do I do it now or after the surgery? So I told her the story with this bleeding womb, and I said, please cancel your surgery. Start practicing this program intensely. If you need a private session, do a private session. I will help you to get to the core of it, because everything woman related is about a womb healing in my program. Any issues you have with the feminine, anything, feminine flow, feminine organs, breast problem, ovaries problems, womb, sexuality, this program is for you. And I created it for my when I did not have these problems. I just had this deep longing, and my womb was deep inside crying. She was upset and hurt. I didn't even know that, how locked my chakras were, because I married not the man of my dreams when I was in the blooming space, and I gave my youth away. That's at least... Now I don't think so. Like, I think everything that happened for the better. But at the time, I was deeply hurt. Like, my life is passing by. I cannot have children anymore. And what did I waste my life for? For the material world, for being highly educated, for having money, travels, accomplishments. But I was like, what about me? What about my little girl? What about my woman? What about my goddess? What about my queen? Has she been the queen of love or the queen of accomplishments? And so, yeah. So in Thailand, I went into this deep... Oh, so let me finish the story of this girl, because sometimes I keep forgetting to finish up some of the stories. So this lady goes in 2 weeks for her surgery, and they check her up, and she had 100% healing. They actually scolded her, like, why did you come? Like, when everything is fine. And so she was amazed, and her testimonial was very powerful for me, because when I created this program, it was not for medical issues. It was for that deep crying, deep hurtful, victimized, unhealed part of me that wanted to open up and experience happiness, to become this blooming rose that emanates ecstasy and love and pleasure. and is not chasing men, but becomes a magnet that attracts men, that attracts love, that attracts abundance. I wanted to become the magnet of abundance and enchantment and power and pleasure. So the testimonials that have been pouring to me over the year, that when these first programs were released, was mind-blowing for me. And I went to Thailand to just rest and practice and to elevate my powers, because I'm constantly working on myself. I'm constantly expanding and improving, because I think it's about evolution. You're either going up or down. So for me, there is no other way. So in Thailand, my powers fully opened up. And I started receiving people for private retreats. And that was the only way at that time to get my personal attention. It was either a private session online or live, or a private retreat where people had to come to me. And the first girl that came to me, she was actually originally from Kazakhstan. She was raised and educated in Spain and in France and in Italy. But her grandfather was a minister of culture. I believe he was in the government in Kazakhstan. And so when we completed the Aphrodite retreat with her, she started blessing me. And she's like, Yana, you're such an Aphrodite. You made me into a woman, and I bless you. And I want you to get married, and I want you to meet the man of your dreams, and to love him, and to receive that love from him, and be so happy, happy, happy. And I thought, like, maybe it's too late for me. Like, the kind of man I want in my life is young and beautiful and powerful and spiritual and non-smoking and not drinking and no past behind him, preferably with no children, no alimonies, no cats, no dogs. I wanted like somebody free like me, who was committed to personal development, growth, evolution, and for whom I could experience this incredible tantric love, where chakra to chakra I could have this advanced stuff that was, I needed to share this information, not just teaching other couples, but actually experiencing and living it myself. And I thought, well, but I'm too old for this kind of man. And because I cannot have children, and I already went through my menopause, and I was like, what would I offer to him? And so she said, you would offer to him the goddess of Aphrodite. You would offer to him the love that men are dreaming about and they cannot. You are this magnificent woman, and you need to bless somebody with your love. And that was, the greatest return on my investment, because I feel that every individual retreat that I do with women is a deep investment of my heart and soul. I would like, part of me would be given to her, because it's the things I do in my retreats, I believe, I don't know if it's possible anywhere in the world, this level of care and transformation. And yeah, one of the ladies later that came for a retreat, she said in her testimonials, if people only knew what you do and what you give and what they can receive here with you, there would be a line of thousands of women waiting for this incredible experience. And that made me also realize that, well, this is not how I want to spend the rest of my life. And each woman, when she went back home, she couldn't remember the tremendous amount of information that was downloaded into her. She shifted, she transformed, she healed, she's got the codes. There is like individual work is always very powerful. But the knowledge-wise, we need something we can listen over and over and over again. So because all of my programs were recorded, I was constantly listening to my meditations. I was re-inspiring myself. I was doing the womb healing program. Every 6 months, I would just run it and do it the whole cycle all over again. And so after she left, I received her blessing. And after she left, a few days after that, I woke up at 6 a.m. in the morning and I prayed to my mighty I am presence. And I said, give me the one I can love. That was it, period. That very day at 11 a.m., we met with Bulat. And when I met him, and he was delivered to my home. So when a lot of women, when I teach them, my private students, when I teach them, you don't need online dating. If you start working in my school, if you start going through my online retreats, your self-esteem, your powers, first you will heal a lot of things, but then you will start opening up, you will become powerful, you will learn, you will become magnetic, and he will come to you. Because most of the biggest fear we have is like, where am I going to meet him? Sitting in my villa on the beach in Thailand? What, is he gonna be dropped from the airplane, to my balcony? Here is the perfect product for you, marry him. Yes, he was delivered to me. There was a girl that came over for a session for me, and I was late for the session. I will take a few minutes to share with you my love story. And I was late. So she was sitting on my balcony waiting for me. I had a beautiful little house on the beach with like this incredible panoramic view of the ocean, and it was magnificent. And I had to walk for another maybe 5 minutes up the hill to get to my villa. And so I asked her, like, will your friend, because she said her friend drove her there on a motorcycle. I was like, could you send him to pick me up from the bottom? This way it will be faster. Or if you don't mind, guys, please wait for me. So she sends Bulat to pick me up. And the moment I saw him, there's something shifted inside of me. And then when I sat on his bike and he drove me up to the tree, and there was this huge tree by my house. And I got off the bike and I'm looking at him. He was standing by this tree, and this huge light bubble enveloped us. And this strange voice from inside of me said, who are you? I love you. I didn't know anything about him. I first experienced this magnificent, divine experience first. And then we started having a conversation. And so, of course, then like the light went off and I got back to myself and I was like, I'm sorry, like, I don't want to embarrass you and so forth, because I just love everybody. I have a school of love, and I'm teaching women and so forth. And so I just felt this incredible love in my heart when I felt you and saw you. So who are you? What do you do? And his response was, I was like, oh my God, this is what I've had on my list of like the dream man. And so then he went home and I went to my balcony, and the first thing I asked this girl is like, who is Bulat? Is he your boyfriend? Is he your brother? Is he your friend? Who is this man? And she goes, he's my friend. If you want him, you can have him. And I'm like, wow, thank you, God, for this special delivery. So when everything that I teach women is because it works, it's because I have tested, it's a miracle of love. Actually, we have a beautiful video with Bulat. It's called The Miracle of Love. Please watch that. It's only 5 minutes and it's so beautiful. It's so inspiring because it shows the magical Bali the way we live it, because everybody has their own experience, but we we have this extraordinary life that we live in nature, in beauty, together, in love. And we got lucky because the guy that films for Russia this program, a travel program, he saw us and he was like, "You guys are amazing. Can I shoot you?" And so I didn't have any makeup. And he just, started for a couple of days just shooting us in these beautiful locations where we normally go and experience our life. And then Bulat made it into a 5-minute movie out of 3 hours of like incredible footage. Like we didn't know where to cut. Everything was magical. And so, but we made it for you. So please watch it. But in it, in the Russian version, because his English is not that great, unfortunately, he has to get it to get it better. He's more like technical English. But in Russian, he wrote a poem that was from his heart, like how he was dreaming. Like a month before we met, he had a conversation with a monk, and he described his dream woman, and the monk said, "Women like that don't exist." And so months later, when we met, he goes, "You surpassed my dreams and expectations. You were everything on my list and beyond." And I was like, "You too. You're everything on my list and beyond." So since we met, we have been together for 6 years nonstop. And you would think that that's the fairy tale. That's it. The Cinderella met her prince and they lived happily ever after. True. But in the relationship, everything hidden comes up. You see, we are like an iceberg. On the top, the 20% that is seen is our conscious mind, but the 80% is our subconscious mind, and this is where all the programs are hidden, all the wounds are hidden, all the problems are hidden. They're all in our subconscious mind. And so we want to lose weight, or we want to look beautiful, or we want to be like this, or we want to be like that, and then the self-sabotage kicks in. Why? Because there is a deep inside program that is connected to our deep core victim archetype. And so when we got married and started living together, I realized that the feminine magic is not enough. After a while, the tantra, the sexuality, this togetherness, when my deep internal hunger and his deep internal hunger was satisfied, we started to grow together. We started to evolve together because he brought his gifts and he has a scientific mind view, and he studied everything about the brain and how the evolution of the brain happens for us and so forth. And he was like, "I don't believe in magic and energy and blah, blah, blah. I believe in evolution of the mind," and this scientific approach he had. And then I was like, "I believe in the miracle of the magic. I manifest everything out of my ecstatic womb. Everything I desire comes to me. I don't have any marketing and advertisement." And all of my clients, every month, I had somebody come to me for a private retreat for the 2 years that we were together. And I was like, "Look at what happens in my life. I just will tell you, I am ready to share with another woman." And she would that day, within 24 hours, either in 10 seconds, in 1 hour, or in the evening, within 24 hours, I would have in my WhatsApp a message, "Hello, Yana, I watched your YouTube videos. I just finished your womb healing program." Or, "I was listening to your meditations. I am dreaming about coming for a retreat. Like, when can I come?" And I'm like, "I am ready to receive you this month. Anytime you want, come." So within a week, she would fly. She would buy her tickets and she would fly. And was like that for 2 years, every single month. I was like, what do you call that? No marketing, no advertisement. As soon as my womb was filled up and I was overflowing and I needed to share this information, somebody would show up. And so we combined the esoterical and the scientific approach together. And we started studying psychology together. And when the pandemic happened, we created an online retreat called Return to Wholeness. And it's a 10 sessions. Once a week we were meeting with women online, and Bulat was filming it, just you are seeing me right now. It was professionally filmed, professionally recorded. And I would do a theory, and then I would go through the practical part, and then I would answer questions, and we would create a homework. And that was an incredible flow. And this online retreat changed my life. After it completed, for the next 2 years, I haven't worked. I was doing it over and over again for myself because it was so powerful. It was every time our subconscious mind can only release a certain amount of darkness, a certain amount of victimhood, a certain amount of pain and memory and trauma we can handle. And so every time I would go through that retreat, a certain amount would come up, and I would heal that and clarify, and I would be flying, and then the black dragon would come back. And so at the same time, I was preparing for women the next retreat, the codes of the queen. The queen codes, the I am queen. I kept playing with that and thinking about it, and because I wanted the queen to be not that external, oh, I deserve it, I'm the best, blah 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 blah, not the external part. I wanted to, now that the Cinderella inside of me had her prince, had her dream life. We were living in the what I always dreamed about, living on the beach. We have this beautiful villa on the beach, and every day I walk at the sunset with my husband holding my hand. He's young and gorgeous, doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, adores me, worships me. We live together, and we work together, we create together, and we grow together, and we heal each other. So it's like all my internal dreams came true as well. And so I wanted to evolve into this new level of awareness and abundance of a king and queen, because, it gets boring in a relationship. You have to grow. If you have kids, then you're busy growing your children. But the relationship is what I wanted to grow. And my 3 programs, my womb healing program, the 4 elements, and the 7 magical meditations, they are my 3 daughters that I delivered and I gifted to the world. So our sacred union started to create new babies. Now we were creating the babies together. And the first baby was created, Return to Wholeness, and it changed us tremendously. And so I am inviting you to purchase the online retreat, Return to Wholeness. Purchase the womb healing program if you don't have it yet. If you're brand new, I would recommend that you buy these 2 programs together because they go hand in hand. If money is an issue, then start with the womb healing program, which is cheaper. It's $500 at the moment. Prices may change in the future. Start with that. But if you can afford $1,500, the online retreat is only $1,000. And the first 4 sessions, I am working with women that all have gone through the womb healing program. And so I'm answering their questions. We're going deeper. I'm expanding on it. So it goes incredibly hand in hand. And the next 6 sessions, we're working with the black dragon, with the dragon of our subconscious mind, the victim, the aggressor, the savior program that is deeply anchored within us, and how that works. And I'm taking women through this incredible journey through being completely vulnerable and being an example. Not just being a teacher, but being the woman that is living through it and inspiring and guiding and experiencing. So it was an extraordinary journey. And I never want to do this again because the way it was recorded, it's so magnificent, it's so perfect, and I am not the same anymore. So I could never go back, and I wouldn't enjoy connecting and feeling all of that, what is necessary. There is a pain in that as well, going through that. So the retreat that I'm leading now and inviting you to is the I Am Queen. And so after you complete after you purchase the womb healing and the online retreat wholeness, I'm inviting you to this online retreat called I Am Queen. And for this retreat, I want to create a special video, introductory video for you, because it's our new baby. It's going to be our 5th child, my 5th and his 2nd. And it deserves a special attention, special energy and time for that. But the sooner you start with the womb healing and the return to wholeness, the sooner you can move to this extraordinary retreat, which is what every woman dreams about. How to be the queen of your life, how to be the creatrix in your life. How to either meet your king or how to build a relationship with your man so he becomes a king and he starts treating you like a queen. It's gonna be unbelievable. And it depends when you're watching this video, because it's also going to be fully recorded. And if already it's on our website, then you can buy it in the recorded version, for yourself wherever you are in the world. The only other product I want to share with you is our Temple of Love. This is new that we've created for our sacred union together with Bulat, because he created a program, a method, a way to very fastly heal the person, a man or a woman. And this last 2 years, he's been testing it on me and helping me, and it's extraordinary. And so we're creating a Temple of Love where once a month you can come. Everybody that has purchased my online retreats, whether the first one or the second one, the Queen or the Wholeness, doesn't matter. If you purchased it, you are welcome for 1 year membership for free. So you not only get the 10 sessions that you paid for that are recorded, but you're also going to get a 1 year live online ongoing retreat with us, where you can ask your questions and things that are going to come up for you that perhaps you didn't get answered in the retreat. In the online retreat, you will be able to receive this live support for 1 year. That's why when women ask me, why don't you want to launch it again and do it again? I'm like, it's not necessary. The recording is the best because you can study at your own pace, at your own convenience. You can listen to it 1,000,000 times. Because the practice is, it's good when they're recorded. You can you forget and then you can come back and do them again. So I think the online retreats are priceless. But the access to me, you will always have through the Temple of Love. Once after 1 year it expired for you, or if you're not purchasing the online retreats, you're only purchasing the other products, you can participate. You can buy the 1 session for the Temple of Love, or you can buy the yearly membership into the Temple of Love. And if you buy the yearly membership, you will get everything recorded as well, the access to the recordings as well, because it's going to be extraordinary. So welcome to our School of Love. Thank you for your attention. This is my dream come true. I can share this incredible information for the women of all ages. I'm leading this school in 2 languages, in Russian and in English. My husband is my producer. He records and creates everything. And when his English becomes better, he's also going to participating in the Temple of Love and help me as he's helping me in English, in Russian. All the dates and all the possibilities you can find on our incredible website. I invested over $10,000 in this website. We've been redoing it and making it a space for women where you can get information, you can experience a level of inspiration and transformation. You get to see me real. All the pictures are shot by my husband through life. And when I was leading the life retreats, he was taking my pictures. And I wanted the site to reflect the woman who is the product of her product. Because in nowadays we have a lot of teachers, but there are not so many masters that are a product of their product. And I am very proud and very fortunate to have fulfilled all of my dreams and being able to share this with you and help you to fulfill all of your feminine dreams and be part of your feminine evolution, transformation, and celebration of the incredible life that we're living now. So thank you again for your attention. Please go to my website, yanagood.com, and please watch the next video. And all the videos are on my website for each program. I have incredible videos. Sign up to my YouTube channel and get all your free education. And do invest into yourself. You deserve it. And you deserve to be the queen of your life, the queen of your heart, the queen of his life, and the queen of his heart. Much love and blessings.